I was lord of this place before the crows and rats made it their domain.
Hello everyone, Science Viking here, and it's time for another episode of Darkest Dungeon. Okay, so the only survivor of our encounter with the Siren really needs to de-stress. I believe the Abbey is more thoroughly upgraded than the Tavern is. Yeah, so he should be able to receive a larger stress reduction at the Abbey. So, let's cloister him. There's nothing outside of myself and nothing within. That seems oddly nihilistic. Well, whatever floats your boat. Alright. So the Guild and the Blacksmith are the places I actually want to upgrade. Let's see, I could get Instructor Mastery, but I'd need to trade away, give up some busts. Yeah, busts for crests and portraits. And to upgrade the Blacksmith, I would need deeds. Okay. I'm not going to be able to trade probably for enough deeds to upgrade the Blacksmith, so I'm upgrading Instructor Mastery. Alright, and let's trade. So let's trade 2 busts for 3 crests, because I need 1 more crest. And then let's trade... How many portraits do I need? I need 5 more. So if I trade all but 1 of my busts, I'll have enough portraits. Alright. And level up Instructor Mastery.
Some may fall, but their knowledge lives on.
And that's all the upgrading that we can do. Alright. Next. This is how I dismiss that. Let's visit the stagecoach. We have 3 empty spaces, and we have 3 recruits. So, well, this isn't really the combination of heroes I want.
A lawman and his faithful beast. A bond forged by battle and bloodshed.
This isn't the combination of hero classes that I really want, but it's the only one I can really get. Let's look into upgrading some people. Now that we can upgrade skills to level 3, let's see. So upgrading Plague Grenade and Noxious Blast would increase the amount of the blight damage. Let's upgrade these 3. I'm probably sending the experience... Well, actually I'm not sure I'm sending the experienced people out. I might be. Let's see. Cardinal does not have Divine Comfort. Now she does. Now it's upgraded. And I'm also upgrading Divine Grace. The other thing I want to do is I think we have some trinkets we can sell. Let's see. Chirurgeon's Charm we're keeping. Healing Armlet. Let's see. Legendary Bracer I want to keep. The Lock of Patience. Hold shift to sell trinkets. Alright, selling it for 1,000 and change. The rest I'm keeping, though. Alright. Let's see what Sword of All has for skills. Alright, so he has Command, Retribution, Defender, and Crush. I like that. Let's upgrade Retribution and Crush. Alright. And let's check out one of our two new Hound Masters. Hound's Rush, but not Hound's Harry. Target Whistle. Ooh, I didn't realize Target Whistle reduces the target's prot. Cry Havoc, Guard Dog. Okay, so, and he has Blackjack. So if I were to place him in center front, he would be able to use all of his abilities. But I could also trade Target Whistle for Hound's Harry. Right. And then... Alright, I think I know what I'm gonna do. Let's embark. Now, a commenter explained to me what the experience level in each area is. The way it works is, the more quests, completing quests in an area causes more quests in that particular area to be available in the future. So, for instance, completing, the reason why we have higher level quests available in the Ruins in the Cove is because we have completed lower level quests in the Ruins in the Cove. And completing quests is also how you unlock the opportunity to fight bosses. So, let's see. I could kill the Necromancer, though I'm not actually particularly crazy about the rewards for that this time. But I think I want to do either the Warrens or the Weald to start unlocking a greater variety of quests in these areas. And we need more portraits anyway, so let me see. And just having done a quick investigation, this particular Cove quest has some fairly nice rewards, but I think I am going to try one of these two. So the Unmovable Helmet, the bounty, it's only for the Bounty Hunter. Increases resistance to move skills, but also increases the chance that the Bounty Hunter's own move skills will work. Versus the Deteriorating Bracer, which increases evasion if the character's HP is higher. I think the Unmovable Helmet is better. Alright, so you're going in. Yeah, you're the one I'm bringing. I'm bringing the new Houndmaster, and he gets the Cudgel Bait. And then, what else should I bring? Let's go with nothing for now. He gets placed in center front. And our Highwayman gets placed in center rear. And he gets the Flashfire Gunpowder. It does reduce his stun resistance, but I think I can accept that. What abilities does he have? I just realized I didn't check. Pistol Shot, Point Blank Shot, Tracking Shot, and Open Vein. So he has Point Blank Shot in case he is moved, Tracking Shot in case enemies in this area use stealth, and then Open Vein. So, yeah, this is kind of weird because the guy in our center front position can attack the enemy backline, and the guy in our center rear position can't, but it should be fine. And then, yep, Swordival. You get to be our front runner. Let's see, what can I equip you with? Yeah, you get the Surgeon's Gloves. And you get the Life Ring. Right, and then reducing the speed of the, what's his name? Reducing the speed of the Man-at-Arms isn't ideal, but it'll be okay. And the Vestal gets the Churgeon's Charm. And then I'll go with that's all for her for now. However, I want to use the legendary bracer. So I'll give it to the Houndmaster. Actually, no, the Highwayman I think has higher base damage, so I'll give it to the Highwayman. Actually, no, I'll give him the Archer's Ring and give the Houndmaster the legendary bracer. I don't want to have two. I want the Man-at-Arms to be able to keep the Health Stone, and I also don't want to have two different things reducing the Man-at-Arms' speed. Alright, I think we're ready. I think we've decided on our quest. Let's do this. Okay. We have a main healer, and we're also not going to be making camp, so we only need food to stave off hunger. Want a couple of shovels, as always. We don't have a plague doctor to cure blight and bleeding with anti-venom. A couple of medicinal herbs, a couple of keys, a couple of holy waters, and some torches. This should be a short quest, so that should be plenty. Alright, and embark. The swine are resistant to disease thanks to their unclean living. So this is like the reverse of really both the fish and the undead, which are resistant to bleeding. Well, the undead are completely immune to
They breed quickly down there in the dark, but perhaps we can slay them even faster.
Okay, this is a pretty small map, and we need to shovel immediately. Okay, what is this? A barrel that reeks of powerful liquors. Let's see what happens if I drop some medicinal herbs in there. Okay, what's the buff? Plus 30% damage until camp for the rest of the mission. Okay, so cultist brawlers are apparently just going to be everywhere. And swine wretch. Yeah, high resistance to blight, low resistance to everything else. Let's open a vein on the frontmost cultist. That did more damage than I expected. Of course, they are determined to make him bleed. Vomit. That probably causes blight, doesn't it? Okay, there's a bandage. Let's see, he could heal himself, but I'm actually going to blackjack the cultist. And Divine Grace. I forgot to equip Divine Comfort again, but fortunately, I can equip it later. Alright, Retribution on this brawl.
Precision and power.
A devil's due.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Okay, that was the one that wasn't bleeding that he just killed. Alright. Let's use Dazzling Light on the swine wretch. Didn't kill it, but it did stun it. Oh, Blackjack, the more dangerous one. And why don't you open us up a nice vein?
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
And finish it off with Crush.
Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
And we got two deeds. Alright, what do we got here? Carrion Eaters and a Swine Drummer. I have a bad feeling about that guy. And the fact that he's positioned all the way in the back suggests that we want to kill him as quickly as possible. Alright. Partially because the enemy always places the most dangerous enemies all the way in the back. So I'm going to use Dazzling Light on one of the carry leaders. And it resisted it. Hound's Rush. Let's see if we can finish off the fight. Okay. And we slew the men who were wicked. Wait, so the Hound Drummer is considered a human enemy? That's frightening. Let's use Open Vein.
Give them no quarter.
I keep underestimating the damage that Open Vein is going to cause. Oh, Hound's Rush on the one that isn't injured or bleeding. And it still isn't injured or bleeding. Anti-Venom. And crush the one in the back.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Oh, Pistol Shot didn't finish him off. This will.
Destroyed.
And we got an Anti-Venom to replace the one we
Creatures can be
used.
felled. They can be beaten.
Alright. Let's see what happens if I drop Holy Water on the Eldritch Altar. Oh, it removes his quirk. That's nice. Okay. This room doesn't have a room battle. I suppose I'm going to gamble on getting a successful scouting after this room battle. And I already see the trap. Alright, and Card of Human Remains. Let's see if the medicinal herbs can do anything for us. That is terrifying. We cleansed the human remains and made them edible. That just inflicted some stress damage on me. Ow. Well, he resisted the debuff. Well, let's start with Hound's Rush. Ah!
Blow to body and brain.
And he's blighted too. Well, I have Anti-Venom for that. Using Retribution anyway. Because the riposte damage will be extremely useful, and Divine Grace can fix it right up. And let's see if we can finish off the Swine Drummer. Yep. Whoa. Okay, please survive.
How quickly the tide turns.
He's not even at death's door. Alright. Let's see if you can one-shot this. Almost. Ah, crap.
Masterfully executed.
Well, now he's at death's door, but he still killed an enemy. Okay, I'm just gonna finish this one off. I can heal him up with food. Okay, lighting that torch immediately.
This expedition at least promises success.
Alright, Anti-Venom. And just try to forget what this food used to be and that its name probably used to be Carl. And just eat so that you can survive. I don't know why I'm imagining this hypothetical victim of cannibalism being named Carl. That's just the name that came to mind. Alright, since scouting failed, we're going to have to move to this room. A rack of rusty knives covered in fresh blood. That looks like something that needs the medicinal herbs, which we don't have any of. Oh, hunger. And it caused him to regain some health. But you're still full for the purposes of feeding you additional food.
Mind that such missteps are the exception, and not the rule.
Well, he resisted bleeding. And there was a room battle. Swine Wretch, Swine Slasher, and Swine Chopper. Okay, the Wretches are probably the less dangerous part of this fight. Hook where it hurts. I'm really glad that missed. Okay, the chopper is not... Slasher is not very durable. Let's start with Hound's Rush on the chopper. See if we can get him bleeding. Okay, we can, though it doesn't inflict that much damage. But I can work on that. Okay, Divine Grace on the Man-at-Arms. That's all you're going to be doing for a little while. Okay, Retribution on the Slasher. I was hoping that would kill him, but... And Open Vein on the Chopper. Get a little more bleeding damage. Okay, Vomit mainly just inflicts stress. I mean, stress is bad, but death is more. Or as a normal person would say, worse. Right. Yeah, he has high proc, but now he's going to die and not leave a corpse.
Mortality clarified.
Ugh, that was where it hurts. Alright. Hound's Rush on the one in the back. And he's down. And Crush on the one in the front. And he's down. Alright, just one wretch left. And of course it can inflict disease too. Well, let's at least get the Man-at-Arms healed. And pistol shot. And pistol miss. Oh, Crush. That did it. And that's it. That's the end of that quest, apparently. I wasn't expecting it to be that short. Well, let's return to the hamlet. Nobody is afflicted.
Their squeals fade. Their confidence is shaken.
And we get to sell all the extra food. Not that it gets us much. But we collected a pretty good number of heirlooms. And just 2 resolve experience. I'm still not sure what determines how many resolve experience points you get. Okay, that's the best quirk that the Man-at-Arms could possibly have, is scattering. Alright. So he adventured in the Warrens, and this caused him to get reduced stress when adventuring in the Cove. I guess anywhere is better than the Warrens. Right?
Let each help the other, and in so doing, help themselves.
Level restriction is removed for the next quest. That could be useful. Okay, let's see about the stagecoach. A Hellion, an Arablest, and a Vestal. I'm gonna dismiss the lower level Houndmaster. Or do I want to dismiss something else? Okay, Marrier is still out. Yeah, we have 3 Houndmasters, I think. Yeah, we have 3 Houndmasters. I don't need to have 3. I'm dismissing. In exchange for a new vessel.
Another soul battered and broken, cast aside like a spent torch.
Alright. Let's pop over to the sanitarium and get rid of your vampiric spirits. 650 gold. Not bad at all. Alright. And I think I'm going to take advantage of the well, first, let's see. Cardinal, let's upgrade your armor. Yep, so upgrading a character's equipment also is limited by their resolve level. Let's upgrade Bertrand's weapon. And yeah, the Nomad Wagon doesn't... Let's see, the Agility Whistle is pretty good. So is the Drifter's buckle. Let's see what we can upgrade. Let's see. Upgrading the blacksmith would require 32, or the minimum would be 20 deeds and 21 crests. I could upgrade the furnace to reduce the cost of upgrades. I think I'm actually going to do that. Alright. Now let's de-stress people. Let's see. Let's cloister Sword of All. And let's also cloister Lovett. And the other guy's already being treated for his disease. Now, I really want to train up a Vestal to be high enough level to participate in the higher difficulty quests. So I think I'm going to send Cardinal along with Reynold, Rames, and Bertrand on a low difficulty quest. So since this will allow them to get some experience, and also will allow the Vestal to get a bit more experience without putting her in too much danger. I'm not sending her on a medium difficulty quest because she'll just become afflicted really quickly. And we've already unlocked a new kind of quest in the Warrens. Alright, what we could get is a blood charm and 2 busts. Or over here we could get 2 portraits and a defender's seal. Plus 3% prot, minus 3% crit. That's actually pretty good. Or over here we could get a bloodied fetish, which increases blight and bleed resistance but reduces disease resistance. Let's see what we can get at the Cove. Let's see, medium. I'm activate 3 protective wards. That's like the relics all over again. Okay. The quickening satchel for the grave robber, and then 3 crests. The scouting whistle. So do I want to... I'm torn between this one and the one in the Warrens. I think I'll do the one in the Warrens because portraits are... oh, it's portraits no matter what. I'll do the one in the Warrens because we need a bit more experience in the Warrens. Alright. Rames, Bertrand, and Reynold. And let's equip them. Alright. Let's quick take Sword of All's... I'll let him keep... let's take both away because he's... I don't want to not be able to find them later. Alright. Rames, and... giving Rames the surgical gloves, and where is... no, it's not Lovett, it's I also want Rames to have the legendary brace. Right. For Reynold, Holy Orders, and Knight's Crest. Unfortunately, he has a few... I really need to get him to spend some time in the sanitarium to remove some of these negative quirks. Okay, for Bertrand, let's see, he's already got the Book of Holiness, and the Survival Guide. And the Vestal is still equipped from last time. So, let's do this. Alright. Get 1 more medicinal herbs, a few more anti-venom, some bandages. Let's go with 8 food. And 8 torches, and a couple of holy. Oh, I already had one. Let's sell one of them back. And I'd say we're provisioned. Let's do this. Did I remember to bring shovels? I may not have remembered to bring shovels. That could be a problem. I did not remember to bring shovels.
Against the swine, we must first scout their squalid homes.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So all but 1, which means There's going to be a lot of backtracking in this one. Now let's start by going here. Ooh, there are undead here, too. Well, let's start by dazzling the Carrion Eater. Unsuccessfully. Ah, munch. Well, he resisted Blight. Oh, you can use Blight? I can do that too. And you can resist it, because you have 100% Blight resistance. Start with Zealous Accusation. And one of them's already down. And Hugh. And Noxious Blast. One more cadaver for the cart. See if we can finish it off with Dazzling Light. Nope, we can't.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
Ow. And Chop.
Annihilated.
You sound like you're having entirely too much fun. Alright, let's change Bertrand's abilities around a little bit. Let's see. Enemies tend to have, I don't know. Let's drop. Oh, he doesn't have Incision. In that case, I'm dropping Disorienting Blast for Battlefield Medicine. A lot of the enemies have high resistance to Blight, but let's see what we get here. Stress is what we get. Actually, wait, no, that just did nothing. A lot of things highly resist Blight, but at the same time, a lot of things don't, and Bertrand's Blight skills are leveled up to the point where they have greater than 100% chance of inflicting Blight. Alright, so Plague Grenade. Yep, Blight 120% base. Which means it has a 20% chance of inflicting an enemy that has 100% resistance to Blight. Alright. And Hugh. And Zealous Accusation.
Press this advantage. Give them
We do have two
quarter.
corpses in the front, which is not ideal, but... Let's use Plague Grenade again. And Dazzling Light on the Carrion Eater. I believe they will now both die on their next turn. So, Solemnity. Zealous Accusation. Because apparently yelling at a corpse that it's a heretic will actually destroy it. Battlefield Medicine on yourself. May as well just take a few turns to heal ourselves. And Dazzling Light on the Swine Drummer. To make really sure that it dies before it gets to do anything. And we may as well... You know, I feel like showing off. I'm just going to kill the corpse. And that one's down.
Gently.
And that one's down.
This is how a life is taken.
I love the Plague Doctor class so much. And we get money, or well, citrine, and deeds. Alright. Alright. Let's see, where can I see chance to... 40%. Okay, so he has 40%. He has 40%. He has 60%. And I would assume you have 20%. Yep. So let's go with Bertrand to disarm the trap. And he succeeded, because he receives a benefit from his trinket. So the base, I think, is the same for
Wealth
every
beyond
type
measure.
of hero.
Awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
Okay, you have a really high opinion of torches, man. Like, I know torches are cool, but they're not really that cool. Alright, and we got hunger. But so a hero's resolve level does increase the chance of successfully disarming a trap, but apparently their class does not. And yep, now we have backtracking. Though it's actually kind of to this game's credit that this is the first time I feel like I've had a noticeable amount of backtracking in an exploration mission. Usually there isn't very much. And it didn't take forever. Alright, let's move to this room now. Okay, she dodged stressful incantation. Don't ask me how that works. Everybody's basically at full health, so dazzling light on. I'm gonna hit the brawler. And heal. And plague grenade. And yep, here we go.
Executed with impunity.
That just leaves the brawler. Well, it just leaves the brawler in the front row. And let's double the plague for double the fun. That just leaves the brawler as all we have to kill. And let's let the Vestal finish.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
And Solemnity, just to recover that last few hit points you're missing. And Battlefield Medicine for the same reason. It is fun to watch the experts do this.
On its own.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm enjoying this way more than I should, given we go through a low difficulty quest with 3 of my best heroes. Yep, and there was nothing
The way
here.
is lit. The path is clear.
Well, let's move to this room.
Require only the strength to follow it.
And free torch. Right, and that was probably the most pointless successful scouting I have ever gotten. And now it's just a straight shot to the end.
Curious is the trap maker's art. His efficacy unwitnessed by his own eyes.
So that's a sparkle of coin I see. And complete scouting. Oh great, and we got an obstacle. Which we're gonna have to clear with our hands because I forgot to bring shovels. Aren't you glad you put me in charge? Okay. But it looks like we're completely out of room or hallway battles.
Finding the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
Well, gonna take some stress, some damage, and some time, but we're almost done anyway. Yep, and that is that. Well, let's return to the hamlet.
The twisting tunnels seem a little less impossible.
And nobody leveled up, but everybody got some resolve experience. And just another to add to Reynald's many quirks. And the Vestal has received Slugger, which gives her plus 10% damage to melee skills. That will be extremely helpful.
I can still see their angry faces as they stormed the manor. But I was dead before they found me.
So
and the letter was on its way.
So our narrator is a ghost, apparently. apparently. Right. So let's get our Vestal some stress treatment. This should do. And do we actually have enough heirlooms to upgrade anything? I think we actually don't. I mean, I think if I traded everything for crests, I could probably upgrade the Nomad Wagon or the Survivalist. Let me see. What camping skills could characters learn? Let's see. Leeches, the Cure. Let's see about Reynold. He could learn Unshakable Leader. And yeah, everybody can learn Wound Care and Pep Talk pretty much. Zealous Vigil. That could be very useful, though it does cost 4 time. But it reduces his own stress significantly and prevents a nighttime ambush. Quarantine, that's an interesting ability. And Dismas could get, let's see, he has clean guns. Unparalleled Finesse! Oh, he can learn Gallows Humor. I'll have to think about that. What can I believe the only thing you can upgrade about the Survivalist is reduced cost. You know, let's do that. Let's trade away a few busts. I need, yeah, 6 crests will do. So 4 busts for 6 crests. And let's upgrade the bonfire to reduce the cost of training camping skills. And you know, I think teaching Reynold Zealous Vigil could actually be really useful. It reduces his own stress, and since he's a front runner, he'll tend to accumulate a lot of stress, and it also allows him to prevent nighttime ambushes, which don't happen very often, but as we saw, having a little midnight surprise can be a really big problem. So let's do that. Heroes can only have 4 camping skills active. So I'll have to remember to change those around. Though he now has exactly 4 camping skills. And I got the achievement, because that was the first time I've ever upgraded, or rather learned a new camping skill. Anyway, with 2 quests down, a camping skill learned, and a couple of facilities upgraded, I think it's time to end for this part. Thank you all for watching. I love you all, and I will see you next time.